Welcome back everyone to Blender Creator Course Stylized 3D Models, and this is where we left it off. Alright, so now let's see if we've got a 2 meter one. So let's bring in our 2 meter, and what we're going to do is we're going to spin this round. So RZ90, let's spin it round and let's put this into place. So we want it just under the bottom of here, perhaps poking out just a little bit, but not too far. We don't want to go too crazy because we're going to have actually a window on here. So we want it probably around there, something like that. And then we want to pull it out just a little bit, just so it's actually sat below that actual, this part here. Then I'm going to press Shift D, bring it over. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin this round. So RZ 180, spin it round. And there we go. And then what I'll do is I'll use the same one again. So Shift D, Shift Spacebar, move. And I'm wondering why that hasn't got my move tool in, and the reason is because I pressed spacebar, which started the animation. So let's spin it around. So RZ 90, and let's pull it together, S and X, pull it in like so. Let's lift that up then, like so. Now underneath this one, I do actually want some planks of wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab, actually we'll use another plank of wood. So we'll come into geometry nodes, not geometry nodes, asset manager, and then what I'll do is I'll go to my planks, which are in my user library. No, they're not, they're in all. Let's have a look. Yes, there they are. Is this where they are? No. I'm wondering why my user library isn't there, and I think it's because I actually closed Blender down. So let's actually see if I can actually add in my user library, which is, let's just find that. So here is my user library. Let's double click it and click accept. And now let's see, we've actually got those. And there we go. We've got, yes, this is exactly what I want. So because my Blender closed down, it doesn't seem to save out your preferences with the user library for some reason. I'm not sure why. But anyway, let's bring this in place. Let's make these smaller. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make them a little bit smaller, like so, because then they're going to be much easier to use. Let's get them in place. All we need to worry about here really is just making sure that these fit into place under here. So in other words, we want them going from there a little bit further down, like so. And now we'll get rid of some of these. So I'm going to come over to geometry nodes. Let's plank count is 11. Let's turn that down, something like that. Let's pull the length back a little bit. So we've got plank length. Let's pull it back like so. And we'll use this over and over again as well. So it might take a little bit of time just to do it in the beginning, but after that it's going to be relatively easy. So then what I'm going to do is I think actually we'll save this once we've actually got the materials on as well, because we might use this for other things, and I think that will make it a little bit easier. So what I'll do is I'll come in with rolling up and down. So let's make them a little bit more jangled. Let's also decrease the gap. So let's bring the gap a little bit down. Let's bring then the random width down a little bit, like so. And then let's pull them out. So S and X, let's pull them out just a little bit so they fit into place. S and X, like so. Double tap the A, and there we go. They're looking pretty nice already. I'm just looking at the unevenness. That's why I actually want maybe a little bit of rotation on the right or left. So just a tiny bit, like so. And now they're looking pretty uneven. All right, so now we've got that. Let's actually come in and apply that. So I'm going to grab geometry nodes, object, convert, mesh, and then what I'm going to do is grab them all, A, U, smart UV project, click OK. And then what I'm going to do finally is I'm going to come in to the bottoms of these, so we can see the bottoms of these. Now you can see we do have an actual problem in that this geometry node got changed because of the fact that I altered this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go back. There we go. That's what happened. So I'm going to go up to this point here. So Control Z. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab that. And I'm wondering if I press, this shouldn't be a geometry node now, so I'm wondering why it did that. So Control A, create object data and apply transform. There we go. Now let's try coming in and seeing if I now create this as a geometry node, is it going to mess around with this? So what I'm going to do is object, convert, mesh, and there we go. Now we've not got that issue. Woo. I thought we'd have a big issue then, but apparently not. All right, let's come in now. And what we'll do is we'll press Tab, A, U, Smart UV project, click OK. And then what we'll also do, actually before doing that, before actually applying the geometry node, sorry about that, what I want to do is I want to pull these out a little bit just so I can use them on the other parts, because if I don't pull them out, they're going to be flat and I don't really want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the, where is it? Random width, random length. There we go. I'm just going to change that, even though this is going to be hidden. I'm just going to change that around, and I'm going to change the seed round as well. Just making sure they're a little bit different from each other. Let's change the seed on length width. There we go. All right, that's better. That's what I actually want. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Control A, all transforms. In fact, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to Object, Convert to Mesh. Now I'm going to press Control A, all transforms. Right click, so Origins, Geometry, and I'm just making sure those now are actually okay, which they are, as you can see. I'm also going to come to this, and hopefully, yeah, that one's okay. So the roof is okay. It looks like it was just these two, for some reason, these planks were actually linked in some way. All right, now I've got that. Let's press Tab, A, U, Smart UV project, click OK, Tab, and then we're just going to select these other planks of wood. And what I'm going to do now is press Control L, link materials, and now I can go to materials, and hopefully, if I assign these to planks, and there we go. All right, let's have a look underneath. I'm just wondering, I think they're going the wrong way. Let's actually just isolate these out, so Shift H. And for some reason on these ones, they would be going the wrong way. So let's go to shading and just have a look what's going on there. Let's press Tab, and then we'll zoom back into it. And let's press U, Smart UV project, click OK. Yeah, and for some reason, these ones are actually going the wrong way. And I'm just wondering why that is, because the other ones were going the right way. So anyway, we can fix that. We're just going to press R90, spin them round, and there we go. Now they're all going, they're not all going the right way. All right, let's actually do this a different way. We'll come in, we'll grab all these, like so. And what we'll do is press Control E, mark seam, and then we're gonna mark a seam on each of these edges now. So Alt Shift click, just going down each of these with the Alt Shift click. And we can see as well, it's because I'm just wondering if I take off my proportional editing. Yeah, they're all joined up. There's no reason why it should be like that. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to come down each one, Shift click, Control click, like so. Shift click, Control click. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure that all of these have a marked seam. So right click, mark seam, A, U, unwrap, and now this should unwrap the right way when I've turned them around. So R90, spin them round, and not unwrapping the right way for me. And I don't know why that is. It seems, so let's press Control A, or transforms. So Origins, Geometry, U, unwrap, spin them round, and it looks like they're all kind of messed up. So let's actually try something else. So we'll go to Mesh, Clean Up, Merge by Distance. Let's put it up one, and we can see that they're starting to merge there. So that's not what the issue is. If I come here though, press G, we can see that the meshes are correct. They're just, for some reason, they're not actually unwrapping correctly. The sides are, it's just not the tops. So there are ways actually to get around this. So, but it just is taking a little bit longer than we expected. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in, and I'll press 1 on the number pad, and I'll show you another way to actually fix this. So what we'll do is we'll press Z, go into wireframe, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I'm on face select. I'm going to press B, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the bottom ones down here, and then I'm going to grab the top ones, so B, grab the top ones on the top, like so. And now what you should have selected is all of the tops and all of the bottom. If I click on this on, you can see we've got all the tops, all the bottom selected. Press 7 to go over the top. And what you're going to do instead is you're going to project from view. And then what we're going to do is now, we're going to put this on material just so we can see what we're doing and making sure they're the right way. And there we go. Now they're looking really, really nice. I don't know why I had to do that, but it was a bit of a pain. But now what I want to do, instead of that, I'm going to press H to hide everything out of the way. Here is our problem. So each one of these, for some reason, has a piece of mesh inside these. I'm not sure why that happened when we actually converted them, but this is the reason why. So now what I'm going to do, instead of messing around and doing that, I'm actually going to come in because I want to make it easier for myself for when I actually have to deal with these again. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put this on wireframe. I'm going to make sure I'm in face select. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can actually select these. So I'm going to press C on my number pad. C on my keyboard. And then I'm going to just scroll my mouse wheel in to get the right size. And you can see there that this is also going to be a little bit of a pain. So instead of that, what I'm going to do is another way. I'm going to select all of these like so. I'm going to hide them out of the way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press 1. And then I'm going to make sure I'm in wireframe. I'm going to come in and press C and just select them all. Like so. And then what we should have is everything selected apart from these. Then I can press delete, faces. And I'm hoping that, yeah, you can see it's still not fixing it. So let's dissolve vertices. That's not going to work. So delete, dissolve edges. Dissolve faces, that's also not going to work. And I'm actually wondering, oh, it might actually work now. So yeah, let's delete faces and then we'll press Alt H. Let's put it back onto material. And now we're just going to try that again. So U, Smart UV Project, click OK. And there we go. Finally. So we had a load of edges in here. That was what's causing the issue. When I actually deleted the faces, as you saw there, what it did was if I open up one of these now, so if I come to this, hide it out of the way, you can see that we deleted all the faces down there. Why it looked like we didn't is because this bar was still there in wireframe, so it looked like we didn't. But now you can see that we've unwrapped them perfectly well. Not sure actually why the others, so the other planks, they unwrapped absolutely fine. These didn't. So I'm just going to quickly go around, press Alt H, bring everything back. And what I want to do is, I just want to come to my planks and see. You can see these have actually UV unwrapped absolutely fine. So I have no idea why these actually did this. But anyway, that's the way it is. We've got it fixed. Took a fairly long time to fix it. But hey ho. Okay, so on the next lesson, actually I'm kind of glad like when anything like this actually happens where there is an issue. At least we're solving the issue together. So it means that, if you come across this issue on your own, then it's solved right now and right here, and you've seen that. All right, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.